Okay, we are good to go. Very good. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Good to be back. I think we had about a break for the summer of about a month and a half ish between travels and work. Now we're back, hopefully resuming our weekly session on real estate investing. Welcome back. Hopefully, everybody's had a good summer, and welcome back. And hopefully, kids in school, and we can go back to routine. I never realized I actually miss routine that much. I thought I was not a big fan of the routine, and all of a sudden, I found that I'm missing my routine. So that's good. I'm Danny. I'm going to talk about real estate investing. I'm based in California, and I work with investors for the past 15 years about investing in real estate, different parts of the US, primarily rental properties. And I try to use this opportunity, this session, for primarily two reasons. Number one, truly provide content and educate, right? Provide you some value and content so you can actually benefit and learn and prosper and succeed. So that's reason number one. Reason number two, as always, there's an underlying current here. Hopefully, you see this and you say, I like this guy, I want to work with this guy, and then you engage with us, you get in touch with us, like we get almost on a daily basis. People reach out to us and explore the opportunity of working together to see if there's a good fit between what we do and what you're looking to do. So that's what the main reason we're doing this. Today, I'm going to talk about a topic that I should say I've been frustrated about for quite some time, and I felt that it's kind of bubbling in me to share. So maybe today is more about me having some sort of a commission therapy more than anything else. But the purpose or the reason I thought we actually talk about it and not just continue building up my frustration is because I think the ability to change what's acceptable out there is upon our shoulders. And let's talk about it in more proper way. So first of all, I want to talk about us when we are sellers. How should we structure or work with the real estate commission that we provide to the agent? And I'm not talking about the buyer's agent. That's a little bit, as a seller, less in my control. But this, my agent, the agent that I work with to represent me with the transaction, with listing my house. Now, I have been doing this for 15 years or so, and it's, as many of you know, the traditional, most acceptable commission is 6%, 3 to the buyer's agent, 3 to the seller's agent. That's traditionally what's usually the case. True, sometimes we negotiate a little bit better terms. Sometimes some areas are the what used to be 6% are now 5%, and that's fine. 5%, 6%, 4.5%. There are different models here. Also, there are agencies or brokers out there that are doing flat fee and 1% and 2% and 2% with money back. So there's some, I would say on the sidelines, when you step away from the traditional 5-6% that we usually see, probably I would say 90-95% of transactions carry either the 5 or the 6% flat, one thing selling commission. I'm not talking about the exception. On the other 5-10%, we're probably going to see different things such as smaller commission or a commission based on some money back, like Redfin is doing, or discounted. And I think the past year we're seeing different type of technology companies coming in are saying 1%, 1.5%. Fine, okay, we have that. Still, the majority, easily 90%. I never really checked, but I believe it's about probably more than 90%. Is typically anywhere from 5 to 6%, whatever is acceptable in the area, right? Sometimes the more expensive real estate, the agents are willing to take a smaller percentage than the less expensive real estate. But my problem with this is that for 15 years, no one came and really changed the model here. And I'm not talking about some discount from 6 to 5. You know what? I have agents that I work with. I pay 4.5 because we do so much work together. So we get a discount to 4.5. Okay, I get it. Sometimes we do some negotiation and we get a lower rate. Fine, especially when we have bulk, work with someone. They're willing to discount. No problem. I get it. But no one, especially not on the consumer being the seller in this situation, no one came and said, or more for the most part, let's change things. Thank you, Amir. And by the way, you guys, hi Amir, hi Tzvika, hi Sharon, good to see you, all of you. Please press like if you like what I'm talking about. If you don't want to like what I'm talking about, still press like. It helps me, share. Sends the message to other people. When you put likes, other people see what's going on and hopefully participate. So what I'm trying to go back to is, I'm very frustrated. For 15 years, the most negotiated that I've seen is maybe a discount of 1% or discount of 1.5%, and I don't really see. And it's not that it's not out there, but it's very much on the outskirts of the traditional mainstream commission. I don't see more sophisticated plans. And the reason I don't see it is I think we as consumers are not demanding it. And I'll tell you this, I am the a person who does demand it every once in a while, and I don't usually get it because I become the oddball that wants something a little bit different. And let me explain to you what I mean in more a few examples. 3 months ago or 4 months ago, I spoke to an agent in Tampa and I told him, listen, I really hate the flat 5%, 6% fee. I don't remember what we talked about at the time. I think it was willing to do 5%. Let's do something a little bit more sophisticated. And my sophistication was this. I will pay you based on 2 factors. We break it down into multiple parts, multiple prices. If you get price A, you get 4%. If you get price B, you get 5%. If you get price C, you get 6%. If you get more than C, you get 7%. So I even gave him some upsells. So I'm not even stuck on just 4, 5, or 6%. And then I also broke it. I'm not telling you exactly how it was because I don't have it in front of me, but I also told him, listen, also, part of your commission is going to be based on timeline. And I told him, if you sell it within X amount of days, you get another 0.5%. If you sell it, longer, or before, we broke it down, like we took the percentages and we broke it out to the way that it will give him some incentive to both move quickly and get my price. And I even separated. I said, it doesn't matter. The timeline, compensation has nothing to do with the pricing compensation. So you don't have to feel bounded by the two. But I wanted to create a little bit more sophisticated mechanism for him to perform better, right? That's just all I want. And for me, it's very beneficial. If he sells fast and for higher price, I want to give him some encouragement, right, to do that. He didn't like it. He gave it a thought, came back 2 days later and says, I don't know, it's too complicated. Maybe I made it too complicated, but I just don't like the fact that he wasn't even willing to discuss tells me a lot, right? So I am, as a seller, when I meet the agents, sometimes those agents, they just, some agents work hard and do a lot. Some agents, they list it and then wait for it to sell. And when it doesn't sell, and you ask them, what did you do marketing-wise? You get very vague answers, and I don't like that. And that's an agent is out. Is out. I'm not going to work with you if you're not making an effort. So every agent has his own marketing script and marketing activities, and that's fine. Some believe open houses is a waste of time. I understand. Some think it's beneficial primarily for them and not the owner. That's fine. It's all about marketing activities. But how about we create? Here's another example. The other day, I have a house that the new agent stepped, a house that has been listed for sale for a while. We decided to change the agent. The new agent came in and she wants 7%. She wants 7%. Oh, interesting. Why does she want 7%? And I said, why do you want 7%? I knew why, but I wanted to challenge the situation. I want to understand a little bit better. I also don't want it to be trivial. And I said, I want to see how she reacts. I said, why are you charging 7%? The acceptable is 6%. So why? And she said very clear. She said, listen, Dan, I'm staging your house on my own dime. So everything in the staging is on me. You don't spend $1 on staging. Not only do you don't spend $1 on staging, I didn't even charge you for moving in and out the furniture, which is a few $100, but it's still on me. So everything that I am doing in the house right now to help you sell and all the future expenses I'm going to do related to your house, I want to get paid more, right? It's worth more for you and it's worth more for me. And I said, you know what? I'm okay with that. I immediately told her, okay, because I knew why. But she said, I want 7% because I do more for you. And you know what? I'm okay with that. I would even maybe not this situation, but in certain situation, maybe even this one, I'm willing, or I'd be open to pay even more if certain things are accomplished, right? I have had an agent I offered her, back more than 10 years ago. I think I offered her if she sold the piece of property that I had near San Antonio within a certain price and timeline, I offered her 9%, maybe even 10%. 10%. I didn't care. I just wanted her to be, be more encouraged or incentivized to do better for me. So we as sellers, if we just agree to the 5% or 6% and don't challenge them for more, we're not going to change this environment of how traditionally it's worked. So I think it's up to us to come to the selling agent and say, I want to work with you, but I want to work with you with the way it's going to work for both of us. I'll give you, 6 if you accomplish more. I'll give you 7 if you accomplish even more. Okay, let's break it into some timeline, connected to your success to timeline and price, and maybe find a formula that's not too complicated, but just the outline 5-6%. Come on, it's got to be. It's very frustrating. It's just the way it is. By the way, the same thing I'm willing to do with a buyer's agent, right? I'm willing to consider to give a buyer's agent an additional bonus if they get the buyer over a certain price. So I'm willing to do that. So I can probably get to a situation where I'm paying well over 6%, but there's a benefit for it, right? And if we as sellers do not challenge our listing agents to do that, that's never going to change. That's never going to change. And I can tell you that I see a difference in the behavior and how they, agents conduct themselves when we have this conversation. And I don't just, I don't go to the agent and I say, this is what I want. I want to have a conversation with you, Mr. Selling Agent. Let's find a formula that it's benefit for both of us. A good agent, in my opinion, part of being a good agent is, okay, let's have a discussion. Let's find a formula. Most agents that I've, when we came to that point of discussion, they're like, too much effort, too much trouble. I understand. It is too complicated, too confusing, too not straightforward. Absolutely, it is. But let's, serve our interest better than just flat 5%. I think we deserve more and we should get more. And I think we're all, investors, sophisticated enough to choose the right person who will understand that. I am willing to pay 7% to that lady gladly because she does more. She does more. In a market that maybe 1 or 2 realtors offer staging as part of their services, nobody else has that competitive advantage, so to speak. She's right. I think she's smart. I think she's very sharp to do 2 things: ask for more, but provide more for that, for that asking. Absolutely. So that's all I have to say about this selling agent commission. I encourage you guys to do something about it and not just play along with the flat 4, 5, 6%. Find the formula that works for you. Yes, it's going to be challenging yourself. And yes, it's going to be complicated for you to figure it out too. No doubt. It's not that complicated. Every real estate investor who does real estate investing, we do a much more complicated thing. We just have to find the right formula that it's easy to track. Do it just by timeline, do it just by pricing, but just not the flat percentage across the board, right? And get them more incentive. Get your agent to be more incentivized to sell higher and sooner. I think that's what we all aspire to. So that's everything I have to say. If you have any questions related to today's topic, by all means. If you have comments or feedback about today's topic, please do share that with us, especially if you're doing anything beyond a little more sophisticated than just 5 or 6% listing fee. That would be great. I really want to hear it. Maybe I'm trying to accomplish something that you guys, someone here already found a good formula that works. So by all means, please share it with us. Tell us here or send me a message. I'm interested. Maybe there's a formula that you think to be working and not complicated. I think it will be terrific. Share with us. So, and if you have questions that are not related to today's topic, and it's just related to real estate altogether, real estate investing altogether, maybe you want to talk not politics, but how the tariff war is affecting us real estate investors, and it is affecting us real estate investors. I'm definitely here, to have that conversation with you. And anything else related to real estate, I'll be happy to. While we're waiting to see if there are comments coming up or questions, I'm just going to say, if you want to work with us, buying real estate remotely in other parts of the country, we operate in multiple U.S. metros. We have teams on the ground, property managers, good, reliable, honest property manager, I should say. We vet them very carefully. We have good agents, the same thing. We vet them very carefully. We train them very methodically how to go about real estate investing. We have lenders, insurance people, if we needed, sometimes rehabbers, everything on the ground in order to do the legwork for us investors. We spend a lot of time identifying markets, finding the right teams, and then starting to work with them. So you, the investor, can live somewhere like in Europe or in the West Coast or in the East Coast. It doesn't matter. Many times in an expensive real estate market, and have no idea where to start and what to do and how to go about it. And actually, that sometimes there is a solution. Someone who has the entire operation solved, figured out, helping with support, with education, with execution. We stay involved with our investors after they purchase. When things don't go according to the plan or there's issues coming up, we are here to help them. I have, for example, a lady that purchased with us, I think 4 or 5 years ago, and we are having a discussion about selling 1 or 2 of her houses because she wants to redirect her funds to her new venture, a business venture. So this is something very common, how we work with our investors on an ongoing basis. You're most welcome to talk to us. Just send me a message on Facebook. You can go to our website, simplydoit.net, send a message to the website, sign up for tons of videos that we have online with content. We even have a podcast channel. This is going to be on our podcast as well. We're right here. So with that said, if there is no questions coming in, I guess we're going to have a wrap. And I really, I know that we have definitely at least one agent on the line listening. So I hope that you guys will be sophisticated enough to demand and request a better formula for you when you sell your house, a better compensation, commission formula that you can work with an agent in order to not just go with the 5-6% we are used to. That's the whole point of this webinar. Not to mention, I needed a place to express my frustration. So thank you for hearing me. Thank you for being my therapist for today. I hope you have a terrific rest of your day, a terrific long weekend. We'll see you in a week in our next session about real estate investing. This is Danny from Simply Do It. Have a great weekend, everyone. Bye-bye and Shabbat Shalom.